Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at a simple problem. However, this can be interesting if you're studying programming and kind of wanna get started into computational thinking. So we have this sketch of Suzanne. It's actually just a 2D. I just draw it using grease pencil, and then what I end up with is if I hide Suzanne, just a bunch of numbers, right? They are just like the game you might play when you were kids. It's just connect the dots. Normally you want to start from 1, so this is actually number 1. So that's how I started drawing Suzanne, from the eyes up to 16, and then 17, and continue and so on. It's we're gonna end up, if I start from scratch and then follow the dots, we're gonna end up with another drawing of Suzanne. So yeah, it's basically like a stroke by stroke drawing, and then we can turn it into this connect the dots game using Sverchok. It's actually quite simple. It's rather simple. We just need to care about the number of strokes, and with the Suzanne drawing, I have like around 21 strokes, 21 drawings, 21 lines actually, and then I am resampling each line manually here. You can actually make this fully automated. It's very possible, but I just keep it simple for now, just using this list input. Okay, so let's start from scratch. I should restart Blender, but we just get started right away. It might crash, but maybe not. So connect the dot, connect the dot demo 001. Start from scratch. First of all, we're gonna need some kind of drawing. So I'm gonna draw something real quick. Just like a smiley face. I can draw all kind of things, but keep it simple. So 1 stroke, and then just like a sleepy eyes, smiley face, maybe some teeth, ears, and hair. Oh, that's like maybe too many strokes, but it's okay. With the grease pencil, I want to turn it into a curve. We can actually let's see. We got the curve. The curve is actually placed on the second layer. Normal. We don't want that. That's happening because we have some objects in the second layer. I'll show it again. Convert grease pencil to Bezier curve. Okay. We don't want the link strokes. We have to turn it off. So now, if I hide the grease pencil, we have this curve. It's a single object with a multiple strokes. Okay. Exactly what we need. Now we go to compositing and turn on Sverchok Node 3. Now, from grease pencil to curve, we actually did like a bake. Sometimes you don't want that kind of baking. You want everything to, you just want to draw grease pencil and then you want to work on it right away in Sverchok. But in this case, I'm converting it into curve to make things simpler. In fact, I'll delete this grease pencil, and then I'm gonna draw another one real quick. Just 3 strokes, keeping it simple. Yeah, just make a smiley. That's it. This is another stroke. Convert grease pencil into Bezier curve, and once again, where is the curve? Okay, we got the curve, and we can just delete the grease pencil. So we have this curve and this curve. Okay, let's work with a simple curve first. Objects in, get selection, get the curve, and then just view it first in Sverchok. Okay, you can see right away it's not placed where the path is because we need to apply the matrix. vector and the matrix, apply the transform. Okay, now it's placed in the position. We can see a lot of points. As we know already, grease pencil creates a lot of sampling over the strokes, and we can and we must definitely do like some kind of resampling, right? And we can use vector interpolation for that. And the result, we need to use range float here. Start, stop, 0 to 1, and then the count is gonna be the in between. For the age, I'm gonna cut it for now. We can see that this vector interpolation is doing the resampling. However, it's kind of connecting the dots once again. This is actually just the way this vector interpolation works, and we can get around this problem, no problem. It's actually quite simple. We simply just separate the edge, separate all these strokes that's not connected, and so what we end up with is this guy. We are resampling each stroke separately. Okay, but currently we are using this single number 30. Let's say if I say like count 30, that means there are 30 points for each strokes. You have seen my other live noding where I'm simply just measuring the length of each strokes and then kind of having that ratio, and then based on that we kind of can decide the count for each one of the strokes. In this case, we're just gonna do it using list input. Keep things simple. So we're gonna decide. So we have 3 strokes, and here we're gonna decide how many points we want to have for each strokes. Okay, the first strokes we can have 20. The second one we can have 26, and then this guy just 12. So we have this pretty good result. Yeah, we are actually almost pretty much done with this connect the dots, except that we need to have numbers, right? And the numbers needs to do the counting from the first stroke, and then second one, third one. It needs to do the counting from 1 or from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on. So for that we need to have like a range integer. Range integer is going to give us list of numbers that we can simply place on each point here. So we don't know how many we have, but we can kind of using list sum and get the point here and plug it in here. Actually use count. Okay, so we have from 0 up to 57. There are 57. There are actually 58 points, but we start from 0. You can make it start from 1. Okay, that's almost ready for us. We just need to use the typography viewer, and here just plug in the text into our thing. For the matrix position, it's gonna be our location, which is this guy. Just need a point, plug in the matrix, and for the text, let's say I'm gonna give a quick example with text node here. Show text, and then I'm gonna show you something. You see your text here, and then it get placed in position like that, which is pretty interesting. You can write down like hello, this is connect the dots setup using Sverchok. See, hello, this is connect the dots using Sverchok, and you can have like a really long strings of text, and then it's gonna place it on those points. For what we are doing, we really just need to place this number, the range integer, into the text, and it seems like we almost get everything, but okay, there is one more thing that I forgot to do. List join. We gotta join this 3 strokes back into one. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is 1 strokes, and then the second one, and then the third one. Okay, that's pretty good. That seems to work. We have one working. Now we have to work on this picture. Okay, let's get back to it. Instead of this curve, I'm gonna source this curve now. Get selection, and we need to count how many strokes this is. Currently it's kind of working, but then the strokes, how many? We can see here 11 strokes, so we need 11 of these. For now I'm just gonna casually pick the number here. Let's you know, each one of this, just give it like 3 points. So that's which one is the first strokes? The head, second one, the eyes, third, fourth, the mouth, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, yep, it's pretty much done. There's some tricky ones like these strokes. It's too close together. If you want to make like a connected dots game for kids, maybe that's a little bit too close together. Gonna give it 4. Okay, the text, actually I think we can make it so it's more centered, and also we can offset it. Oops, no, not offset. Place the position slightly lower. X offset, Y offset. So now it's kind of exactly on the dots. If I display the dots, for the dots you can use sphere or whatever. For this one I'm just gonna use the Sverchok viewer draw, plug that in. Yeah, that dots there. Gonna give it a red color, make it 10. Okay, just make it white. Actually, it doesn't matter, maybe yellow. The text needs to be more visible. Maybe I just gonna offset it slightly down. Okay, that's pretty much done. If I hide the curve, now we have these numbers, and then you can ask person and start tracing this. I think the first one is at 0, 0, 0. No, the first one is somewhere here, 42, 43. So there's of course like this extra thing. Maybe here we want to adjust it slightly. We can always change that very easily. See, there's a there's a like an overlap, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything is automated, so sometimes you need to tweak it slightly, but my point is this is quite kind of like a streamlined process, becoming very easy to create setup like this thanks to this Sverchok add-on. So that's the for the preview of the dots. Maybe the point is too big. If we really want, just use like a rounded box. Viewer draw, plug that in there. So that's a rounded box. We can have less divisions. Just have something like that, and make it small. Whoops. Oh, apparently it cannot be too small. Don't worry. We can always use the matrix scaling for that. That's the location for the dots, and plug this guy in there. So we have the dots, and we can scale it 0.02. Now we have the dots, which is like a blue color, 0.05. Okay, there you go. If you want it to be clear, like I'll make the background white. Yeah, I guess that's gonna work. View, top. Okay, so that's how you might want to create a connect the dots game using Sverchok and Blender. You can maybe for the first points you can give it like a different color. So you start here and keep going around each and every stroke. Perhaps for each strokes, like you also want to give like a kind of indications. Maybe for the lines there's like a stripes of lines. Yeah, it's totally up to you, but this is yeah, pretty much how one way you can create this setup. There are many ways, of course. There's not like a single way to do things using nodes, because it's like a small little programs. But as long as you understand what's going on, you know, get the curve and then separate the curve and then do these vector interpolations to do the resampling, and then specify each the sample, how many points you want per strokes, and then join them together and then just mark each one with the numbers. Yeah, so pretty simple and fun. Hopefully you like this video and find this useful. Any comments, feedback, suggestion, just let me know, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.